Good day. My name is Petrus Swanepoel. I'm working for Mediclinic in the role of a infrastructure sustainability manager. My experience at Mediclinic is mainly on operational side, and lately I have started in the sustainability area of Mediclinic, especially on energy and the reduction of energy and energy consumption in Mediclinic. As with the majority of businesses in South Africa, load shedding do have a direct impact on our hospitals. Being hospitals, electrical supply is essential to keep our life support systems going. And our additional source of energy is mainly generators that provides essential and non-essential energy to our hospitals. It is the impact of this generators operating as a power source not only have a major impact on the fuel that we need to pay, which is about 3 to 4 times more expensive on the diesel consumption, but an indirect cost of generating power with diesel is obviously the fatigue of the manpower, the maintenance cost that is very difficult to calculate. And this have a major effect on our hospital environment. Our people is tired. They need to come out to attend to power failures. We have people on site all the time during a power failure to safeguard the safety of our patients, to make sure everything is working fine. And obviously doing this for day in, day out do have a major impact on our staff, emotionally and physically. Currently, we are looking at renewables, or we already started with renewables. We're actually doing our third phase of renewables. At the end of May, we will have approximately 28 hospitals with renewable power. The problem with hospitals is if you look at a hospital profile with regards to energy consumption, you have very busy weekdays and then less busy weekends. So when you install PV plants onto your roofs, you need to make sure that you cover your load during the off-peak side, the weekends when the load is very low. And the reason why we have done that is because of what do we do with the additional energy if you generate more. At that stage, when we started with the first phases of renewable, batteries were very, very expensive. There were no export tariffs for us on exporting it, and some of the municipalities don't even allow it going forward. Our strategy is changing, and we are investigating maximizing of renewable energy. Install as much PV panels as possible. Yes, we will have excess power. We want to use that excess power and store it in batteries and use that batteries during off-peak times or during load shedding times, or if we return, if we're lucky if we don't have any load shedding anymore, we want to use that battery storage in peak times to absorb the expensive cost of electricity during peak times. Going forward, that's more or less our strategy. We've also embarked on a wheeling strategy whereby we buy off-site renewable energy. That's more of a long-term strategy. The market is developing at this stage, not where it should be or where we want it to be due to a lot of reasons, but to make sure at the end of the day we cover our load with on-site renewables. Our remaining part will be covered by off-site renewables in the form of wheeling. We do have this global strategy to become carbon neutral by 2030. In South Africa, our biggest challenge is obviously energy generated by coal. And to do that is why we have an on-site and the off-site strategy. If off-site can include solar and wind, we'll see what is available in the market when we get to that point. I think if we look at the challenges with storage, first of all, costs, the price of cost came down tremendously from where we started to where we are now. I think the challenge for us at this stage with regards to storage is, first of all, space. where do we tie into our existing facility? Is there space available? Hospitals are very space intensive. If it's usually the building and its parking areas, we need to have an allocated number of parking, so we cannot take away just parkings. We must be very clever wherever we introduce or use additional space that it don't impact on our footprint of the hospital. The other problem that we're facing going forward at this stage with regards to storage is what type of storage do we need? What type of battery? Will it be lithium? Will it be vanadium? We're not sure. The market is changing so fast on the renewable side, not only on PV, but on batteries as well. So we need to make sure whatever we select will provide the necessary energy as we design the system. The designs of a system at our hospitals is not, one will be exactly the same as the other. You need to look at an exact profile of that hospital, the exact tariffs at that hospital, and hospitals do differ. Small hospitals, bigger hospitals, they do have a different profile. So that is our challenge going forward. Um, what battery? How do you tie it in? How do you bring the grid, the battery, and the generator together? What interface do you use there? But that's all lekker good challenges going forward for us to sort out as part of our bigger strategy going forward. I think if we look at installing of renewables and we need to be honest with each other, I think to solve to solve the problem that we're facing with regards to load shedding that we're experiencing, the lack of generating capacity, the fixing of existing generating capacity from Eskom side, I think the public sector will not be able to do it in time. And I think we as the private hospitals, the private sector need to help and support and get things going. I think we do have the capability of make it happen faster, make it happen quicker. Um, we cannot wait. If we lose, if we don't get energy, if we don't resolve the problems, we're going to be out of business. The every little or every kilowatt that we can add to the grid or save Eskom from generating will help our country going forward. It is financial viable for private companies to look at it. If you look at the escalation in electrical tariffs, and I think you should. It is going forward. It makes absolutely sense to use whatever is available to maintain or to keep your existing business operational, and obviously in that way support the bigger country by ensuring that Eskom generates less energy. During my presentation at the conference, the upcoming conference, I will share a case study of Mediclinic, where we started with our strategy, where we're going forward with our strategy, and very important, the phases in between from deciding to go onto renewables, to go to battery storage. And I think very important component that is left out in this whole exercise is the savings component. The three run together. You need to reduce your energy consumption as well. It's not only installing batteries or installing renewables and you don't do anything about your existing load. You need to reduce your existing load as well. It will make your renewables and your batteries give you much longer support and you will get a much better financial benefit out of this exercise if you're also looking after energy reduction during it. And if you reduce it, what is the progress going forward? How do you monitor it going forward? Will it creep back? That is what I will share with you during the conference as my presentation. Yes, I think going forward, anything to add for everybody? I think very important is the cycle that you need to implement to be successful. You cannot do it. Fortunately, there is 4 cycles that you need to consider when you look at energy. It's not only changing one source with something else or adding batteries. There's actually a cycle that you need to follow to be efficient with regards to your energy consumption going forward, and substituting the coal generator supply with renewables. And that is what I will share during the conference.